Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. Well, not another episode. Sorry, I'm used to the Heart Gold Wedlock entrance. But so today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be ranking Kanto Pokemon. In about a week, next week sometime, I'll do the Johto Pokemon, and then week by week we will just upload one video at a time. Now, as of today, we're going to be doing Kanto. Like I said, we're going to be doing the final evolutions only. Our tiers are S A B C A S A B C D. I don't see a need for E. D means it's disastrous. It will hold you back. It will get in the way. It won't do its job. There's better options. S is it's broken and it will not die as long as you don't put it in a situation that it won't. But even if you do, it could possibly make it out as long as you play your moves correctly. Now, I'll be basing it off of A. Like you're either doing a hardcore Nuzlocke, which is no items, nothing like that, or you're doing a Wedlock with the 3 items max. I will be doing trade evolutions separately, but that's about it. We'll get into it. I do have CRV opened up. We'll be basically basing this off of like move sets, this, that, what TMs you can learn. Like, for example, King's move set is terrible, but its TM usage is amazing, so it therefore bumps it up. And it evolves early, right? Like Dragonite, I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah. So, okay, first off, we'll be doing it in Dex order, of course. I'm not going to pick randomly. But, okay, Venusaur. It's going to go in A tier. It gets powder moves. It gets a lot of utility moves. It gets toxic. It gets Venoshock later on to help that power. It gets Leech Seed, Giga Drain, all that good stuff. It helps you in the early game. It's helped you in the late game. The only thing, it gets Bulldoze, Earthquake, I believe. Yeah, Earthquake and Bulldoze. You have to teach it, of course. In earlier gens, you're going to have to use the TM on it, but in later gens, infinite TM usage. And of course, it's your starter. You should start off with Bulbasaur in any hardcore Nuzlocke of Fire Red and Leaf Green. If you don't, you could get either Oddish or Bellsprout early on, or you could either get Execute for a Psychic type. You could get, I guess, Tangela, but there isn't many grass types in Kanto. Like, there's some, but not many. And you should start off with Venusaur. Well, Bulbasaur. Charizard. Now, this is hot take B tier. And the reason why it's B tier is there's better fire types. There are better fire types. Early game, like the first 2 gyms are not kind to fire types. Its level up moveset is terrible in early gens, like in Fire Red and Leaf. Well, actually, it gets Metal Claw, so you can verse it against Brock, but you could still lose it. But yeah, it's not very good in terms of like being a fire flying type because of all of its weaknesses, and also due to the fact that there are better fire types, like I said. And the time you face the grass type gym, you could have an Arcanine or a Ninetales that knows Flamethrower, and you'll be stuck with Ember and Dragon Rage. That's not good. It kind of hurts it. I mean, there are worse fire types, Flareon, but there are better. Blastoise. Okay, so its defense kind of saves it, but so I'm mainly looking at Gen 3 here actually, so we'll go with Gen 3. So Gen 3, it's terrible. It gets can see it right here in Gen 3. It's pretty bad until like you gotta use your TMs on it. You gotta do other stuff. I don't know why I didn't do the full screen, but I'm not starting over. But yeah, it's pretty bad. Like it gets a lot of moves, but the upside of it is the stats. 83 attack, 100 defense, 85 special attack, 105 special defense, and 78 speed, 79 HP. Not bad. I mean, I would say it's high high B tier, maybe A tier, but the thing that's stopping it is, again, there are better water types. You will see later on in the video. I am basing it, like, because B is get the job done decently. Well, not decently, but gets the job done. But yeah, so that's what that is. So it's a B tier, high B tier, not low B tier like Charizard will be. Like, well, Charizard will be middle of B tier, but okay, Butterfree. I will, if it wasn't for the fact that it falls off, it would be here. But because it falls off, unlike Charizard, who keeps going and picks up late game, it will be in B tier. And the only thing stopping it from being in C tier is because of the early game. It is fantastic early game, as everyone knows. If you have not used Butterfree, what are you doing? Like, and if you just box it, get it out of the box. Split, like, switch, train it, do whatever you need to do to get it up to level 10. If you're using the emulator, just hack in some rare candies and get it up to level 10 ASAP, because it gets powder, it gets the powder moves, it gets confusion, gust, it gets compound eyes, so that it basically never misses. It will miss sometimes, but it basically never misses. Take it off the team, let it live out its life. If it makes it, if you're doing it hardcore Nuzlocke, if you're doing it in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, teach it Sleep Powder, Roost, Confusion. Sadly, I didn't get this, but yeah, give it Roost. Teach it Psybeam whenever it learns it. Teach it Gust. Do whatever you need to do. Get rid of Tackle. Get rid of Harden. Don't have those moves on there, and use it. Like, don't box it. Now, Beedrill. I'm gonna... Okay, so... The thing about Beedrill is that it takes a lot of work to make it good, unlike Butterfree. You gotta teach it moves. You gotta teach it TMs. In Gen 3 to, look, Gens 1 to 4, that sucks because it's not, possibly, if you're doing a wedlock, it's not gonna make it, but if you're doing a wedlock, Nuzlocke, it will die. Like, it will either, you can box it or sack it. I don't like sacking, but it's but it is C tier. It doesn't get compound eyes, it doesn't get the status element, like it doesn't get Sunsport, Poison Powder, and Sleep Powder. It takes work though, for sure. In later gens, yeah, it gets Megas, but Megas are banned for me, that's why I don't have them up here. But yeah, I mean, early game, it's reliable. That's why it's in C and not in D. But yeah, it does take work. Speaking of another Pokemon that takes work, Pidgeot. Pidgeot is one of those Pokemon that you need to teach it moves. Oh my god. Its level up moveset is horrendous. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it gets Wing Attack at level 37, like a lot of other games it's in. You need to teach it. Let's say you're doing Heart Gold and Soul Silver, get that return TM from the Goldenrod department store. Teach it. give it to it. Let it use Gust, I guess, until you get Fly. Don't teach Pluck because unless you foresee it staying around. Mine stayed around until Blue, I think it was. This is my personal sheet. Yeah, mine stayed around to the league in 5 red and leaf green. This was my personal one, like recently, but like, yeah, that it stayed around until the league, till it, and I've said, ah, darn it, yeah, but I'll just, yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, but that's how it is. Reset. Damn it. I'll just go down and up then. So yeah, Pidgeot will be. I'm trying to keep my emotions out of this because, of course, I would rank it above Butterfree, but lower than Charizard because it will do its job and it will do it okay. Well, it'll do it good. It will teach it its return, teach it its fly. If it's post Gen 6, and it will help teach it Steel Wing because you'll deal with fire type, fairy types post Gen 6. If you're doing it like if you use it on X and Y or another game, but yeah, do it. Yeah. Okay, so Eradicate this. Okay, we're gonna think that 50% of the time you have Runaway, not Guts. So that means that it's not always. So okay, if it's Guts, it's A tier, 100%. But if it's Runaway, it's like right there. So we're gonna put it at the top of B tier, only because of that factor. But 50% of the time, it's A tier, 100%. Even if you have a minus attack lower in nature, it's still B tier. Sorry, A tier if it has Guts. And then if, like, let's say, like, you can run facade strats with this. It destroys Morty. And if you're really worried about that, the sleep factor, go out, get poisoned, burned, whatever, because it has Guts. It won't minus the attack, it will raise the attack. Before you can even teach it return at that point, because you don't get Facade at that point in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. But use it, don't box it, don't box that weak little Rattata that you think it will be. It will be phenomenal and it will do its job. Unless it has Runaway, then you can box it, do whatever. But yeah, Runaway sucks. I mean, it's fast, it hits hard with Guts, and re-roll your counter if you want to by that standards. It, like, Nuzlocke are meant to be fun but challenging, and if you want to like do that, like re-roll one time but make sure it's a Rattata, then do it. I don't do whatever you feel is fun. I'm never gonna do that on my channel, like re-roll encounters, but yeah, on my personal time, sometimes I have. Like, one time I got a Rattata on Route 29, I think it was, and it was a modest Runaway. And the worst type of Rattata you could ever get. But yeah. Okay, Fearow. It is everything that Pidgeot wants to be. For sure. It's better than Pidgeot. It hits harder. I'm going to put it above Charizard because, yeah, I'm going to put it above Charizard, below Blastoise because, okay, so it gets early wing attack. It evolves at level 20. Um, yeah, it hits harder. It evolves a lot earlier, level 20, before Misty and Kanto. After Whitney and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Well, in Johto. You can get it in Sun and Moon, and it has a great usefulness in Sun and Moon. You can trade it for a Machop. In Ultra, you can trade it for a Holucha, so that makes me like it even more, like Spearow-wise. But, yeah, I mean, it's an all-around good Pokemon. It really is. I haven't used it in a while. Um, I haven't really had the chance to because like most of its routes. Plus, you can trade it for a Farfetch. No, I'm kidding. That's not useful, but yeah. I mean, and sometimes I will play with that. Like sometimes when I'm playing through Fire Red and Leaf Green, most of the time, if there if there's a route where I don't get any other encounters, I'll get another Farfetch and I will trade it for that. For that Far, I'll pick up another Spearow and I'll trade it for a Farfetch, just to get that bonus encounter. And you can do that, by the way. There's actually no rule against it. Okay, so Arbok. Okay, so here's the thing about Arbok. It's either Shed Skin, which isn't as bad as Runaway because it does something, but it also gets Intimidate, which is like the best move in the game. Give me a second. Okay, never mind. Yeah, no. It's is it worse than? Okay, you know what? I'll put it low C tier. It gets like barely any good moves. It gets like Crunch and Stockpile. Later gens, it gets Gunk Shot, but it's not till like 63, I think it said. Yeah, 63. And that's in Gen 5, I think. Yeah, and in Gen 5, you can't even get it, right? Yeah, you can't even get it in Gen 5. And then Gen 6, you can get it, but it gets Acid, and then it doesn't get Poison Fang. It doesn't get like any good moves whatsoever. Okay, it gets Sludge Bomb. It gets Poison Jet via TM. It gets in Let's Go. It doesn't get Poison. Like, why doesn't it get Poison Fang? Why, Game Freak? Why? But like, it can learn the other Fangs via Heart Scale or like Move Relearner, and well, that's Sun and Moon. And okay, in Let's Go and Eevee, it does get Poison Jet at 28, but that's one game, literally 7 gens down the line. So yeah, it's low C tier because 50% of the time it saves it with Intimidate, and then you can stockpile. So you can make it work, but it's not going to do it very well. So yeah, it's low C tier. Okay, Raichu. Let's put my feelings aside because my experience in a wedlock, it was really good once it evolved. So getting it evolved is the hard part because you have to keep it alive. Like Pikachu gets like Thunderbolt in like Sun and Moon really late, like 42. I would say evolve it at Discharge or even Electro Ball because it's very hard to keep it alive. Like you could evolve it whenever you get the Thunderstone in Sun and Moon. I would suggest that because Discharge it's okay, but just use Thunder Wave electrical stats or just electrical because it's really fast. I would say it's middle of B tier. It's above Charizard because it's useful throughout your adventure. Actually, see, there's no Lola forms here, so yeah. I guess that's an Alola because this is Gen 1 Pokemon. Is it? I would say. I would say it's actually it's a little bit better than Fearow, but not better than Blastoise because yeah, I mean it's electric type, so it's ground. Its ground weaknesses, no immunities. Not as useful as Blastoise, but its defense is okay, but it takes a lot of work. Because getting it from Pikachu to Raichu in Fire Red and Leaf Green, it's not too bad. It's just after you get to Celadon. Like, right when you get to Celadon, you should have Thunderbolt. I think it's like level 26 or 28, somewhere around there. Yeah, I mean, Static can be okay. You get Thunderbolt, you get Iron Tail. Well, you can give it Iron Tail. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Like, it's good. It's reliable. Um, but yeah, it's pretty good. Like this is from Wedlock experience in a Nuzlocke. It's probably C tier to be honest. But yeah, I'm mainly doing it from the Wedlock standpoint where you can heal 3 times in battle, so it can make like I'm a little bit biased because in my no healing, like I had it go all the way to the championship and it survived the entire way, as you can see here. But that was the thing, and I'm a little bit biased because in my son Wedlock it made it all the way as well as in the one Raichu because I babied it early on. It's kind of, you know what? Yeah, I would say it's better than Fearow though, because 26 isn't too bad. Sandslash is okay. So it gets really bad moves until like Gen 5. It's terrible. Until Gen 5 and before, it's pretty bad. It's like it's a little bit better than Arbok because it actually gets ground type moves, unlike Arbok that has to deal with acid or poison sting or yeah, but it beyond Gen 5 it gets better each gen, kind of like Azumarill, where it keeps getting a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. But not getting Earthquake via level up before like I think Gen 5 or 6. Yeah, it is C tier though. What's its nature again? Not nature. What's yeah? Oh, here, hold on. Gen 3. It's yeah, Sandvale. So you will like, but like it gets okay. Like that's actually pretty bad in Gen 3. Yeah, I would keep it there. Like Sand Tomb 52. Are you kidding me? Like you gotta give it the Earthquake TM. You gotta yeah. Like honestly, Gen 3. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say honestly, Gen 5, it saves it. That's the thing. That's why it's like, if you go all the way over here, this is Gen 5. It gets Crush Claw. Then in Black and White 2, they finally give it Earthquake at 46. That's actually not too bad. Too late, but it gets Magnitude at 17. It gets Crush Claw at 22. That's the level up for it to evolve. So yeah, Gen 5 saves it from being in D tier, but it's right there because of its early on. Yeah. Alright, so Nido Queen. Okay, so a lot of people probably think that it's not very good, but it is worse than Nido King. It is. It's worse than Nido King, but it gets a lot of good moves, just like Nido King does. It's mixed. That's the problem. So you can. I'm a little bit biased because I got a shiny Nido Queen, oh, shiny Nidoran female in early on, and I ended up using it, and it lasted really well. It died in the ice cavern, because its surf didn't KO the Pokemon. But yeah, it gets really good moves. That saves it. It gets body slam. It does get good moves. Earth power and all that. Like, so I am gonna say it's a high B tier. It is better than Raichu. It is. It's better than Raichu. You get it at level 16 in red, in fire red and leaf green. In X and Y, yeah, it's after uh, what's his name? It's after the rock gym leader. But then again, that's also where you found Nidoran. And right after you find Nidoran, you find the Moonstone. So that's what saves it there. Like everywhere that you get the Moonstone literally right after. So you don't even have to use Nidoran, Nidorina, and Nidorino. But yeah, its move pool is what saves it, as long also its early evolution. Nidoqueen, S tier. S tier. It's the first Pokemon in S tier. If there was a tier above it, it wouldn't be in it. But the reason why it's not above that is because it will be low S tier. That's the thing. And the reason why is because it takes a lot of work. 107 attack is tremendous. Its ability hurts it a little bit because it can be poison point or rivalry. That kind of hurts it a little bit. That's why it's low S tier, not high S tier. But its move pool is amazing. Like, you get it at 16, just like Nidoqueen. I would always choose Nidoking over Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is really good though. Nidoking is just on another level. But it gets dig, earthquake, flamethrower, thunderbolt. I think. Well, it doesn't even matter if it gets thunderbolt or not, because you're not going to use it against any water types. But yeah, it's literally the dream in every single type of way. I'm not gonna say what I'm thinking because there could be a kid watching, but yeah. Okay, Clefable. So this is another tricky one because its move pool is amazing, but its level up move set is pretty bad. I should have thought about that though. Going full screen. I'm not gonna start over though, because I'm already way too far. Yeah, see, like you need to wait for it if you want to like move. Like if you want it to learn good moves, you gotta wait for it. Luckily in Black and White too, you get it so late where you should already have. You can level it up and get it meter match if you want it on there. And then in Gen 6, it should be even better. Well, same thing. You got if you want it to know good moves like Moonblast, you gotta wait for it. But if you just want to teach it like Dazzling Gleam in like any game that you can get it, it's there. But that kind of hurts it where you gotta wait for it to get good moves. Wait for it. So it does hurt it. I would say it's better than Firo. Actually, Firo, I would see that's okay. So here's the thing, right? Is Firo, you don't need to wait for it to evolve. That's where Firo gets better. But Clefable, you can get it good moves like Ice Beam, Thunderbolt. Like it's like if you even look in Gen 3, hold on, Gen 3. So Gen 3, like these are all of the moves. Like look at all those. Focus Punch, Water Pulse, Calm Mind, Toxic, Hidden Power, Sunny Day, Ice Beam, Blizzard, Light Screen, Protect, Rain Dance, Safeguard, Frustration, Solar Beam, Iron Tail, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Return, Dig, all of these, and it keeps going. It can basically learn every single one. Look, 1, 3, 4, 6, 10, 11, 13, 14, 16, 7. Like, it basically gets every single TM. So I'm going to put it, no, I'm going to leave it under Firo because you do have to wait for it to get good moves. So if you want to put it above Firo, you can. But I would say they're tied. Either tied or a little bit behind him. Because you do have to get it good moves. That's the one issue. Okay, I'm gonna move on though. Ninetales. Okay, so it's better than Charizard. It's better than Clefable because it does get early Flamethrower, unlike Arcanine. I would put it above Firo. Is it above Pikachu? It evolves roughly at the same time. Put my bias aside because I love Ninetales. It's Chinese. Freaking S tier. It's Chinese S tier, man. But this is based on battle prowess. It gets so in my sword. I'm not putting it in D tier. I'm just putting it there because. So in my fire only sword run, it saved the day on numerous occasions with energy ball, solar beam. It can learn sunny day to make that hit first try and water type moves. It's absolutely amazing. I would say it's high B tier. I wouldn't say it's A tier. Actually, is it A tier? Is it? Is it A tier? Is it A tier? It doesn't look like a lot here because like, but you can see it gets sunny day. It doesn't get solar beam as a TM move. That's more later on. Okay, so it is B tier because this is based on all the gens like mixed in basically like. So I'm gonna say it's lower than Raticate only because Raticate gets there by itself, and it should be A tier because it's 50%. But you know what? I'm gonna base this off of if it has guts. Then no, because 50% of the time you won't. So it's lower than Raticate 50% of the time, because 100% of the time it will have Flash Fire. You go to Gen 4, which would be Heart Gold, Soul Silver. It does get Solar Beam in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. See, this is. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah. If we're talking after Gen 4, it's A tier, but you know what? I'm gonna put it above Raticate because 50% of the time it is. Raticate kind of falls off. Ninetales doesn't, because by the 8th gym and Elite 4, Raticate can fall off, depending on your nature, depending on if you got guts or not, and depending on if you poisoned it before the Elite Four. My Raticate had a ton. My Raticate had a ton of EVs in attack. That's why I'm thinking that it's all really, really good. But it's great, but it's not really good. Ninetales is really, really good, especially a Alolan Ninetales. But a Alolan Ninetales would be like high A tier. Wigglytuff, high C tier. It's literally Clefable, but it gets a lot of utility moves. It gets a lot of TMs and all that. But it doesn't get like it doesn't hit as hard. I guess I'm trying to say. Yeah. Fuck, we got a long way to go. Golbat. Golbat is high C tier. It gets a lot better actually. Maybe I'm over. You know what? I'm gonna put high C tier. Yeah, I'm gonna put Golbat above Wigglytuff because it does get fly and other stuff, but it definitely improves upon when you get Golbat. But Golbat by itself is not like fantastic, but it's not bad. It does its job, but it can fall off and it can get in the way sometimes, and it needs a lot of work. But yeah, that's the thing. It needs a lot of work. Vileplume. Okay, Vileplume is low. Is it better than? See, this is another Pokemon that requires work, like Clefable, but it doesn't get as much as Clefable. So I would say it's high. It's low B tier. I would say it's better than Butterfree because it doesn't fall off like that. But then again, I'm also putting too much emphasis on early gameplay. Because most early gameplay is against like basic Pokemon. So that's kind of like everyone puts that higher because of the early gameplay, but early gameplays are easy anyways in most games, except for like Ultra. Like yeah, but Alola is on another level for Nuzlocke and Whitelocks. Vileplume gets Moonlight, it gets Solar Beam, it gets Giga Drain, it gets Status. It's literally Venusaur, but worse. I'll put it because you have to wait for it. I'm gonna put it like right here between Charizard and Pidgeot because unlike Pidgeot, it gets moves, but you gotta wait for it to evolve it. Parasect, it's a little bit worse. Actually, it's worse than that. You know what? Because it's D tier because of its 2/4 times weaknesses. It can be good, but like it's very niche. In late game you carry it, in early game you kind of have to watch where you go. But it's D tier because yes, it can have its uses, but every single Pokemon can. Every single one except for one, and that's Ditto. What? No, actually, Ditto's good. Yeah, Ditto's. No, I'm kidding. I'm spoiling it. But every single Pokemon it has its usefulness. Like, and yeah, it gets the stun spore and all that, but its weaknesses kind of hold it back. It gets like ice, poison, 4 times weak to fire and flying. Like that's just no. Like no, I'm good. I'm good. I'll skip it. Venomoth is everything that Butterfree does, but worse. It's worse than. It's better than Beedrill, but worse than Wigglytuff because of the fact that it doesn't get its. It's so hard. Like the chances of you actually evolving it is very slim unless you're already past the level cap. But if you're not, it's so hard to evolve. I've never really used it, but I've seen people use it, and I've done a bug type run of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and it was so hard to evolve. I had to literally baby it. Like, it's so bad. Like, Dugtrio. Okay, so it's high C tier because of its. I'll put it above Butterfree because it's useful in the late game. It is. I've used it and I got it to survive till the champion fight in Fire Red and Leaf Green. But C tier is you can use it, but you gotta watch your step with it. That's basically what C tier is. D tier is it can take out one or two Pokemon, but it can't do anything, like something like that. But yeah, so that's Dugtrio. You gotta watch what you use it. If it can't take it out in one shot, then take it out. Persian is okay. My feelings is saying B tier, but then again I've used it, so I'm gonna say low B tier because it is really useful. It has a wide move pool like most normal types, but again, you gotta watch your step with it. But because of its wide move pool, it can take more things out than you think. It's better than what you think. Technician is amazing. Unlike a Alolan Persian, you do have to wait for it. A Alolan Persian, you don't have to wait for it. You can run back and forth like an insane person and evolve it. You can't do that with Persian. Golduck is like yeah, it's like Venomoth, but it's a water type. It's hard to evolve. It does get surf, luckily, but that's about it. Okay, put my feelings aside for Primeape. I would put Primeape before Clefable, yeah, because it's better. It hits harder. You get it at 28, I believe, and it's a monster. It will wreck things early game with Mankey, Anger Point, or its other, or Vital Spirit. Doesn't matter. Anger Point is definitely better, but yeah. Okay, Arcanine. It's is it S tier or high A tier? I know it's. Oh, come on. Okay, it's better than Venusaur, but you know what? See, okay. Unlike Nidoking, you have to wait for it. That's what drives it back, and that's why it's not A tier. If you didn't have to wait for it to make it good, it would be S tier. But you know what? Screw it. Let's put it in S tier. It's lower than Nidoking because you have to wait for it, but once you get it, it's amazing. Poliwrath. Poliwrath is. It's high C tier because it takes a lot of work. It does. Maybe you could argue it's B tier, but it has, yeah, it has its usefulnesses, but it takes a lot of work. It doesn't have a wide move pool like Persian. It does hit hard. You can hypnosis and all that, but it takes a lot of work. Like, you gotta teach it surf, you gotta teach it brick, you gotta teach it this, you gotta teach it that. In Fire Red and Leaf Green, yeah, you can buy brick, but then again, like, you need to keep, like, you gotta buy shit. Like, you gotta buy everything for it to be good. It doesn't get a lot. Okay, so we're gonna do trade evos separately. Like, we got so much more to do. This is gonna be a long video. Kadabra is, because its defenses, it's C tier, but Alakazam is S tier. I would say it's better than, oh my god, it's better than Nidoking, because, especially in Gen 3, Gen 2 and Gen 3, it gets all the punches, and it's all special. You get Psychic, you get all this. You can get it at level 16, just like Nidoking, but in earlier games, it's broken. You know what? It doesn't get the move pool. This is arguable. I'll let you guys decide, but like that is, yeah, it's broken. Machoke is worse than Kadabra. Machamp is low A tier. It's better than Primeape. It's not as good as Arcanine and these guys though. Like that's the thing. No guard probably up here, but without no guard it's A tier. I'll put it. No, I'll leave it underneath. Victory Bell. My bias says A tier, but it's lower than it's hot. No, it's actually it's low B tier because you can make it work, but again, it takes work. Technically, that would mean that, but yeah, no, it's oh my god because it doesn't get the powders. Yeah, it doesn't get like you get sleep powder, you get poison powder, you don't. You get hypnosis, but that's not. Yeah. Tentacruel, your special defense is outrageous. I would say you're better than Raichu because your defenses, like you can take hits and you can dish out hits as well. Like it's just your water type, so it's more common, but you're broken. Graveler is like you. Actually, you're a little bit better because of your defense. You're a little bit better than Dugtrio as well because of your defense, but the problem is you gotta wait till level 20. Actually, you gotta wait till level 26. You gotta wait till level 25. So yeah, Golem is A tier because it can take hits, it can dish out hits. It has a great move pool. It gets like in Heart Gold, it gets Earthquake at level 33. It's amazing. Rapidash, you're everything that you want to be a Charizard, but you're not. You're like around here. You are like you gotta wait till level 40 to get it, and even when you get it, it's kind of a letdown. Slowbro is S tier easily. Sorry, A tier. It gets Slack Off, Sidekick, Surf. It has a wide move pool, but it's amazing. Like it's fantastic. I gotta put you back right over there. Magneton, Eviolite. It's high B tier without Eviolite. It's like it is kind of like Raichu. It can take hits though. It has a Steel type in Gen 3 and beyond, Gen 2 and beyond. It is pretty good, especially with the Eviolite. Eviolite is like up here, but like without Eviolite, it's like around here. Where am I? Farfetch. D tier. Actually, it gets Swords Dance, so it has one niche. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'll put you all in D tier. D tier is like it has a niche, but it isn't like very good. Yeah, I'll leave you. That's a hot take for actually you get Intimidate, so you get ID tier. Yeah, we'll do that. Dodrio. Now that is right up there. You could even make an argument for that, but I'm gonna put you up. Stab Return, Stab Fly, Stab Tri-Attack. You're fast. You're everything that you need it to be. Best flying type in the game. One of the best normal types. Dewgong. Dewgong is. It's a little bit better than Poliwrath because you don't have to wait so long. Because. Well, it's usually late. You know what? Yeah, it's usually late game, and when you get it, you can evolve it right away because of how late it is. But yeah, I mean, it does have its usefulnesses, but there's earlier water types. Same with polygoth. There are earlier water types. Okay. Sorry, muck. You are about Alolan muck is like up here. Regular muck is like down here. You're pretty late. Yeah, you are pretty late. And you're earlier, so you're gonna be like up here, I would say actually. But yeah, muck is pretty late. It gets good moves, but it's a late encounter, and your team is probably gonna be already ahead of it. Cloyster. Cloyster is low B tier. As the as the games go on, I'm gonna put in B tier because it's actually you're a little bit worse than Primeape. Maybe I'm putting too much emphasis uh, on skill link and shell smash and all that, but yeah, Haunter is like there. Gengar though, Gengar is S tier. Like S tier will have a maximum of 5 Pokemon in it. I promise you that. S tier will have 5 Pokemon in it, and that's it. Cause like that's the best of the best. Maybe 6. But yeah, I don't even need to talk about. Everyone knows about him because he is amazing. He is everything that you need him to be. Wide move pool range, hypnosis, dream eater for healing everything. And Onyx, I'm not. Fuck off. Damn it. Yeah. Hypno is pretty good. He is better than Kadabra, better than Poliwrath, early evolution, hypnosis, dream eater, just like Gengar, but like worse. I would say B tier. Yeah, B tier. Kingler. Kingler is everything that you guys want to be, but I would say a little bit better. Maybe you know what, I'm overrating Victory Bell a little bit in Persian. But yeah, like they're about like here. Maybe I'm overrating Pidgeot as well. Yeah. But yeah, Kingler, Hyper Cutter, high attack stat. You know what? You're like right there. No. Maybe I'm overrating Cloyster. Yeah, I am. Because 50% of the time it has. Actually, no, it gets shell armor, right? Right? It gets shell armor. Um, yeah, shell armor. So yeah, you're about there. Okay. But yeah, Kingler wants to be that, but with no matter what, Shelter, Cloyster has a great ability no matter what. Electrode, fast, blows up shit. Wants to be like Raichu, but isn't, because you can lose it. That's the thing, is you can lose the encounter. So because you can lose the encounter, it drops it a lot because it's so, yeah, it's just like it's so niche because you could lose it. Psychic Grass type is amazing. Like that's like up here. I would say, yeah, Executor is like up there. It, because of all of its weaknesses, it stops it from being like Slowbro, and you gotta use a lot of work. But when you catch Execute, you can teach it Psychic, evolve it, teach it Giga Drain, and then boom, you win. Like, not you win, but you get a great grass type if you don't start off with Venusaur, and you don't get, like, let's say you start off with Venusaur and Alakazam, don't use it. But if you don't get either one of those two, which you should at least have Alakazam. If you don't have an Alakazam or Slowbro, use it if you can get it in the Safari Zone. Marowak is you, but a little bit better. You're about like here, I would say. Yeah, I mean it's hard to get because of its low encounter rate, but if you work your stuff around, it's pretty good. Okay, so Gen 3 is C tier. Gen 2, Gen 4 and beyond, it's up here. I'm gonna put it low B tier because of its. You know what? Actually, both Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan is C tier. Be- but yeah, like Gen 3 pick Hitmonlee, Gen 6 pick Hitmonchan because of the elemental moves. Like Italian is low D tier. Yeah, low D tier. Weezin, Levitate gives him immunity. That's gets Sludge Bomb, does its job. So it's like C tier, I would say. It's a little bit better than. It's about here between these two. Like it's a poison type, right? That's about it. And it's immunity. That's why it's higher than Muck, higher than Dugong because of the fact of its immunity. That's about it. Rhydon. It's low B tier. It's like about here. It wants to be up here, but it's down here. It honestly is. And if you don't agree, actually, it's about here because it has immunity. But like, actually no, because you get it so late that yeah, just because you get it so late, and Rhyhorn's usually late, and it takes forever to evolve. Like 42 takes a shit ton of grinding. Yeah, Chansey. It's just boring. That's the actually yeah. See, that's the thing. It's just boring. Yeah, it's boring. Like you know what this. Yeah, I'll just put boring. Because it is. It's boring gameplay. It's toxic stall everything. Play around. Play around physical moves. I'm pretty sure it's special or it's one of the two. I could care less. But just boring. Ban it. Like toxic stall everything. Like yeah, Tangle actually it has some uses because it gets spores. Not spore. It gets stun spores and that's about it. Like, it's too late as well. Genghis Kong is well, okay. It's kind of like Persian, but a little bit worse because it's if you get it, good, but you're not always gonna get it. So it's like high C tier. No, it's low. It's low B tier. Yeah, it's really low B tier because you might not get it. It's kind of like Electrode, and Electrode's the same thing. It's like here because, but it's not because it's up here because you might not get it. Same thing with Kangaskhan. Kong. I've only seen one person use it, and that's Maryland, and he got so lucky with that. Seadra, it's like Dugong, but yeah, it gets really bad moves just like Dugong. Like all water types have Surf. That's the thing. It gets Smoke Screen, Dragon Pulse. It really needed Kingdra. Sea King is worse. It's like it's better. No, it's like C tier, low C tier. It's way too late, and when you get it, you gotta grind it up. It can have its uses, and it can be good, but yeah. Starmie. Starmie is a worse version. It's kind of like Executor in a way. You need to put work into it, water, give it Give it Surf, give it Thunderbolt, give it Surf, and it will be good. Ice Beam, and it will be really good, just like Executor. I'm a little bit overhyping Blastoise a little bit, yeah. These two are better than Blastoise, to be honest. The only problem is it's hard to find. Sometimes at night, sometimes, yeah. Okay, Mr. Mime, I want to put it... You know what? Everyone's going to think that I'm mean, but I'm going to... Ugly. Because you need to make a trade, and that's for Jenks as well. But okay, so ugly is just it's for fun, but yeah. See, like it needs an in-game trade to get it, and even if you do it here, like it's pretty bad. Scyther. Like yeah, these two are pretty bad. Like you can use it, technically, but the problem is with Mr. Mime and Shanks is you need to use the in-game trade, so you could be missing out on the Pokemon. I can't remember. I think it's Poliwhirl and Abra. Yeah, so yeah, Mr. Mime would be like D tier, and Shanks would be probably about the same. Actually, it would be low C tier, but okay. So Scyther, people overrate it because of the Bugsy fight, but without Scizor, it's like down here. Yeah, without Scizor, it's down there. Electabuzz, it's about... It's a fast electric type. There's better encounters. I would say its defenses aren't there. I would say it's about here, C tier. Yeah, and that goes for Magmar as well. There's better fire types. There's... Oh my god. There's better fire types, but so it's a... Yeah, I would say it's about here. Same with Electabuzz. These two are basically the same, but one's fire and one's electric. It's better than Rapidash because you don't have to wait 40 freaking levels to get it. Yeah. Pinsir, it doesn't get any bug type move. It's about D tier. Like it actually no, it gets one niche. It gets one niche, and that's because it has a high attack stat, and it's one thing that it needs to be, and that's about it. Tauros, it gets stab or turn, like pin, like you, but it gets intimidate, which puts it up a little bit more. It also can get anger points, so actually, yeah. I'm ranking Vileplume a little bit too high. Yeah, it's a Vileplume and Victreebel are basically the same Pokemon, and that's why they're version exclusives, is because they get the same Pokemon. Victreebel does get Stockpile, while Vileplume doesn't, but yeah. I mean, Vileplume gets, they're basically the same Pokemon. Gyarados, S tier. And I have one more S tier, and that's Lapras. Both of these are bulky. Oh, sorry. This is bulky, and it's Ice type. So that's why it's S tier. It's also a guaranteed gifting counter. That also makes it good. Gyarados, put the speed share, switch train it, do whatever you need to do to get it to that level 20, and then you win. Literally, you win. This is why I don't like starting off with Blastoise, even though, yes, I did start off with Blastoise, but that was because I got I think it was an 8. Yeah, I got 8. That's why I started off with Blastoise. If I didn't get Blastoise, I would have used one of these two. But yeah, I mean, Gyarados is an automatic win. It gets Intimidate. It gets tons of moves. Gen 3, it's a little bit worse, but past Gen 3, it's a monster. Even in Gen 3, it's still a monster. And Lapras, basically the same shit, but it doesn't get Intimidate. Um, what's next? Evolutions. Okay, Vaporeon is. It needs a lot of work. That's the issue. It's like Blastoise because it does require a lot of work. Also, if you choose it, you can't get Jolteon or Flareon. Flareon is it's it's D tier. Actually, no, it's like Pinsir. It doesn't get anything good, but it has one niche in that it has a high attack stat, and that's it. And but the thing is, well, Gen 3, it's like Gen 3 is like down here, but actually, you know what? Pinsir is too high because it doesn't get any good. Actually, no, because past Gen 3, actually, yeah, past Gen 3, these three are actually pretty good, but they're low C tier. Jolteon. Jolteon is high high B tier, just like the same thing. Um, you know what? You and you are both A tier. Yeah, both of you two are. Yeah, these three are all A tier. No more than 10 Pokemon in A tier, by the way. I'm not gonna do more than 10, but yeah. So Jolteon, actually no, you're not there. You're B tier because like you got some niches, but you take a lot of work, just like Vaporeon. You got you got a high special attack stack like Vaporeon, but Vaporeon also has a high HP stat. That's what makes it survive so many hits. But it takes a lot of work, both of them. Porygon is D tier, not lower than. You're like high D tier because you get stuff, but like you can be, yeah, like it's not worth it, especially with how many coins. Oh, you're also boring. Like you could be good, but like it's boring because you gotta spend the first move, and then once you transform, you can't untransform. Almost star. It's too late. It's once you're. Well, I'm not putting it there. The one thing is, once you get it, you can either get it or you can't. That's what makes it. But I'm pretty sure it's like move, like its stats are terrible, right? Sorry, its defense and special attack are really good, but then its attack and special defense is really bad. Speed's really bad. HP is really bad. HP is normal. Um, you're like low C tier. No, you know what? You're a water type, so you get like you're about like here. Yeah, you get one other use, unlike Seadra. Kabutops is yeah, you're about the same. You're like yeah, you're like here. Yeah, I mean, but like the problem with these two is like you can either get it or you can't. Aerodactyl, on the other hand, is A tier. It's fast. It hits hard. Yes, you gotta wait a long time for it, but once you get it, teach it fly, rock slide, it will get like it. Yeah, it's fantastic. Snorlax, I'm gonna put it high A tier. I'm not gonna put it in S tier because actually, you know what? Yeah, yeah, you're A tier. You're S tier because of your special defense. Like, oh, you're broken. Like, Articuno is because of its 4 times weakness. It's like here, believe it or not. It's worse than Tauros. Zapdos is the best out of the three. I would say it's like here, and then Moltres is like Charizard, but like yeah, I would say it's actually better than Clefable. it's worse than Primate because you don't get it to like Victory Road. Like then Dragonite is S tier. I'm sorry, A tier, top of A tier because of that 4 times weakness, and you have to get it up to level 55. So like that's the league. So that's why it's not. And you can't get Mewtwo. So there is the end of the list. But like, okay, so yes, these two are boring. I'm gonna take it off. Like, I'm not actually gonna leave it there. But so you are A tier. You really are bottom of A tier. You are without. You're like bottom of C tier. You're because of the in-game trade. You're bottom of C tier, and you're about the same thing. But that is the end of the tier list. I know this was a long one. It was like, yeah, it's an hour and 11 minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was kind of not fun to watch because it was a lot of talking. I hope you guys enjoyed it though, and I hope you guys come back for another episode. And I will do another tier list sometime next week. It will probably be Gen 2. Going forward, we'll probably do a tier list Tuesday or tier list Thursday. It depends. I mean, I'm filming this on a Thursday, so I mean, we'll probably do tier list Thursdays. But now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys come back to, and I hope you guys leave a like, subscribe if you guys did. But tell me how I'm wrong in the comments. I know, yeah. No, it's publicity, basically, if I get comments. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one, guys. Peace.